All right, let's get into this. She-Hulk episode 3. But before that, just letting you guys know a little reminder that I'm going to be making some other videos breaking down these first couple of episodes a little bit longer because there's a lot more to discuss than I can in just a simple type of summary video like this. So holy shit. All right, episode 3. Before I even saw the episode, I was just seeing a bunch of twerking videos going around because she and a friend are twerking, I guess. I don't know. And it just, I didn't really see it as like, there's kids that are watching this. That's bad. It's going to influence them. I don't think that'll influence them to do anything, but it just seems peak cringe again. And they're in their office still, and it's got clear windows. And they're just still, it just seems immature, kind of weird. Just character wise, it's not doing much to endear me to this chick at all, to anything. So, okay, whatever. Let's get that out of the way first. So going into the episode, where we left off, we found out that Blonsky had escaped his prison cell to go in an underground fight club thing, fight Wong and lose, and then get brought back. And, this is like, oh, this almost ruins his chance to get off of parole. But, they have a whole argument thing about how he pretty much willingly came back. He was forced to leave and willingly came back. Wong apparently is kind of stupid in this episode, and he talks a lot more than he should. He seemed to only respond when he really needed to in the past. He didn't just say a whole bunch of stuff. So I missed that. Wong has changed, unfortunately, since then. And he just wanted to fight somebody that is strong to test his powers as Sorcerer Supreme. I guess. Okay, I guess. I don't remember, I guess that sort of makes some kind of sense, but you'd think he'd maybe go with somebody that he knows, that he could call up an Asgardian, call up the Hulk or something. I don't know, Abomination. All right, I guess. But what sucks about this, just right away, this whole concept, he portals him out of the cell. And in my head, I'm like, this would be a great opportunity for them to discuss in this show. Well, hold on. So there's people with powers, but then there's like sorcerers on our planet that are from different countries and stuff. How do we deal with that when it comes to the law? Because they even say at one point, they're like, you admit that you broke a prisoner out of prison, right? That's against the law. And Wong's like, whatever, peace out. And then he just leaves. But it's like, ha ha ha, that's supposed to be funny. But that could have been like a really good point to go forward with, honestly, as like a discussion. Like, how do we deal with sorcerers, witches, aliens, and rights with all that stuff? Whatever type of demon things, ghosts, whatever. This world is not the same as it used to be. How do we deal with the law anymore? It's so crazy now. And they literally have Asgardians living on the planet. So how does the law really work in terms of all that stuff? And that leads me into the next, the other part of the show that they deal with is the other lawyer guys having issues with this Asgardian elf thing, I guess, that's around. Like it's a new light Asgardian elf or whatever, and it's just totally treated like she's an entire clown. She's a clown, is what she is. She's a clown, and she can shapeshift apparently, and Jennifer Walters and other people are like, oh my God, you're so retarded to think that you were dating whatever famous person because of whatever car you have and whatever stuff she has and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, man, I really don't understand how they even come to that type of conclusion. It's like, do they think that's how other people think of things? Like, like a rich person could own a very cheap car. She's like, oh, she drives this kind of car, and you thought you were dating this other celebrity, and it's just like you could seriously do that. You could have, like, you could be mistaken for whom you're dating or whatever in that type of thing, because like the reasons they're giving is because she wasn't flaunting how rich she was or something. Like I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. And apparently the chick that they're referencing that this elf shape shift into before, like, is she's the one that twerks with the Hulk, with She-Hulk at the end. I don't know. Like when they're showing all these faces and saying these names, I'm like, are we supposed to recognize who they are? Because I have no fucking idea. But all right. There's a lot of, supposed to be jokes at this guy's expense, which, okay, he's supposed to be kind of an asshole, so all right, but a lot of it is just kind of ridiculous. There's a lot of shape-shifty stuff that the elf chick does, and she kind of makes like a threat to one of the lawyers, like, that was a warning, because he because she transforms into him, into one of these lawyers, and like says, "Oh yeah, I love to harass women" or something. As she walks by a couple of women at their desks, and then he's like, "Not cool," and she's like, "That was a warning." And it's like, okay, again, they don't understand. This could be great material for like, okay, this elf Asgard chick that lives on a piece of land on Earth and is trying to be part of society just threatened a lawyer and also like steals their identity, can hijack someone's identity. So even like with the lawyer case that they're doing with him not knowing that this was like an elf chick, like they're blaming him for thinking, being so foolish to think that he's dating whatever celebrity. But it's like, even like against that, this chick has impersonated people. She can steal their identities at will. And she does that in this episode. And they do actually, surprisingly, punish her a little bit because she impersonates the judge. And that's against the law as well to impersonate a judge. So they do surprisingly recognize that. That surprised me. They recognize that at all. But the show, the writers or the showrunners apparently have admitted that they have no fucking clue what to do with court stuff, even though they wanted to have a court show with She-Hulk because that's her character. But fucking, it doesn't make any sense to me how these people came up with any of this stuff. But yeah, they admitted they don't know much about law things, so they don't have that much law stuff in the series. Apparently, it's just kind of like a background thing that they go back to here and there, and I could see why, because they're not very good at making compelling court cases or things that look interesting. A lot of court scenes in films are intense. They're intense because of what's at stake and like what can you say? Like there's evidence that is here or there, and what can you say to sway opinion? Like one person could say something that you're like, oh dude, you got this in the bag, but then the rebuttal and there's this and it challenges and things. There could be interesting stuff going on here, but they don't really do that, unfortunately. And then back with the She-Hulk plot with them, Blonsky, like he wants to show how controlled he is with things if he were to be led back into society. And he transforms into Abomination, and everybody flips the fuck out and freaks out while he's in there. And then he transforms back to normal, and it's like, yeah, see, I'm very much in control. And that made sense to me, but it was weird how freaked out everybody was that he transformed at all, because he seems to be able to do that at will anyway, so he could have done that at any time. And so can Jennifer Walters, by the way, when they said there's no superpowers allowed in here. Well, she can just turn it off. She can just turn it on and off at a dime. I kind of thought they'd have some type of a superhero dampener thing at this point, which they have that invented in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. a little bit, where I think it doesn't dampen all superpowers, but with the ones that they know and have come in contact with, they've got some type of parameters that can help lessen their abilities. So it's not like it's stopped completely, but it can suppress it a bit, so that like this guy who can melt stuff isn't just melting everything as he's in this room or whatever. So like there was some type of effort there, and they said that they learned a lot of this from Bruce Banner. Actually, in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they say Bruce Banner helped them develop a lot of this technology with him as the Hulk and everything. And same with Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers like used one of these facilities to chill at one point, and so did Bruce Banner. Like built it. Like there's things they set up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that are nice and neat, which people always shit on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which it is better than people think. Just saying. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much what happens in this episode. There's not much else to comment on it. Then there's the twerking scene. The twerking scene was honestly the least thing to comment on for me. Like, there's other cringe stuff in this episode, but that's my quick breakdown of it, trying to make this like shorter than before. And I'm going to be doing like an actual like longer breakdown, going scene by scene with this stuff later. And now that I'm caught up, so I'll probably have my episode 4 thing out the day that it actually is released. So I'll see you guys later.